Right, I'm going to get started, and I apologise if anyone on Facebook can't see me, but I've tried my best and we've been trying for the past 10 minutes, so just going to have to go for TikTok. As I say, I'm going to have Tim, who's been hovering around in the background. He's going to be answering any comments as we go through, because obviously once it started on the meditation, then that'll be it. So welcome. So through the whole of May, I have been looking on money blocks and abundance and that type of a thing, and we're looking at lots of wellbeing tools to help with mindset around that, whether that be at home or whether that be in business. So that has been the focus, and that is what today's meditations are going to be on. Thankfully the weather has cooled down as well, so I was going to do a little cooling sort of exercise, but since it's already nice and cool, then we're safe and I don't have to do that anymore. So welcome, thank you for joining me. As I say, it's 3 years anniversary of Tailored Transformations, so I'm really pleased to be here and to spend it with you guys today. So yeah, it's made a huge difference. So for those of you that don't know, my name's Amanda. I'm a wellbeing practitioner and my business is Tailored Transformations. My goal is to support women create their own personalised wellbeing toolkits that help them either at home or in business. It'll be around areas that might feel complicated, emotional, loaded, or just hard navigating on your own. And as I say, today we're going to be looking at money blocks and abundance, and it's not just about sort of mindset and motivation, but it's about steadying your nerves when it comes to thinking about money. Because if you automatically go into that fight or flight, then it automatically creates this sort of panicked feeling in your body and in your mind, and then obviously money can come across as being quite difficult. So this is sort of where we're aiming this at today. So it's not about forcing positivity, it's just about telling yourself a new story. We're going to create a calmer internal relationship with money, and I'm going to give you some practical steps and some tools to do that in the form of some meditations. We're going to move gently. It's going to be a little bit of a mixture from explanations to little short practices, and then we'll end with a nice guided meditation towards the end. So, you don't need to do anything right now. You don't need any pressures. This is just a bit of a chill time for you to relax and to enjoy. So, if you can, find a quiet space, somewhere where nobody's going to pester you, and we can start going. So I thought we'd start off with a bit of a grounding exercise this time, something a little bit different. So if you want to have a look around, if you want to join in and just get yourself an object, I'm just using this little chakra stone here, but you can use anything you like. And we're going to use this as a sort of grounding tool and something that you can use and do whatever you like. So whether that's crystal, a tin of Vaseline, anything, whatever it is you like, I'll give you a few seconds to just find something now. And then we can start doing this grounding meditation on this object. So as I say, it can be anything you like, just pick something up from nearby. A coin, a pen, a stone, anything. Just as long as it fits comfortably in your hand. So what I want you to do is I just want you to let it rest in your palm. Now you can close your eyes for this if you like, or you can keep them open, or you can look at the item, whatever you prefer. Or you just take a breath. And just spend a few moments just focusing on this item. Just notice the weight, how it feels there in your hand, how it presses gently. Notice the texture, maybe you want to hold it. Is it smooth, rough? Is it cold? Maybe it's warm. Just focus your attention, just for a few moments, on that object in your hand. You don't need to analyse, just simply let your attention settle on that object. Something physical, something real. Take a nice slow breath in and gently let it out. And if your mind starts to drift on any topic at all, just gently guide it back to this object, to how it feels in your hand, the weight, the texture. And in this moment, We're just here in the present. Doesn't require any decisions to be made. We're just practicing being in this present moment. And when you're ready, take another slow breath in and out. So that is a simple little grounding meditation that you can do at any time with any object. So if you're out and about and you're feeling a little bit stressed, maybe there's something going on at work, maybe you just got a big thing on a speech, a talk, whatever, and you just need that little bit of grounding presence. Just carry something with you. And if you keep the same objects, maybe it's something that you can use regularly. Because what we can do is we can make this an anchor for calm. So that then when you see this object, when you hold this object, the calm will come to you a lot quicker the more that you do it. Because our brain learns through repetition. So yes, that's a quick little grounding tool you can take away and use whenever you like. So, let's talk a little bit about money blocks. So when people talk about money blocks, it can sometimes feel like it's a bit overwhelming, something difficult to fix. But I want to offer you a different perspective today. So, most of us learn money emotionally, not logically. Through what we have seen growing up, maybe through family patterns, comments that have been made, general experiences, or just maybe unspoken rules that we might have grown up and just not quite realised. Because remember, when we're little, everything's just the norm. So if you've seen things and you've seen it a lot, our brain takes that information in. So if money feels tense, confusing, maybe it feels uncomfortable at times, doesn't necessarily mean you're doing anything wrong. It could purely be a learned behaviour. It usually means that your system has learned to associate money with certain feelings, certain responsibilities, pressures. Maybe it brings up uncertainty. It could bring up comparison or even self-evaluation. It's not a flaw, it's just learning. So today we can start to change our beliefs through mindful tools like meditation. It's about creating an internal steadiness with our relationship with money, and this will gradually soften over time. So the more we practice these things, whether it's another wellbeing tool or whether it's meditation like this, the more we do it, the easier that becomes. So let's do another meditation exercise called naming without engaging. So if it feels okay, close your eyes. If not, just soften your gaze and look in the distance and focus on something. That'll work just as well. Take a nice breath. And I want you to bring to mind one money-related thought that shows up fairly often for you. It doesn't have to be big, it doesn't have to be heavy, just a familiar one. And we're not going to fix it, we're not going to replace it, we're just going to gently label it. So for example, is it a planning thought? Is it a comparing thought? Maybe it's a future focused thought or a self-doubt thought. Just get that in your mind now and give it a label. Name it something. Just give you a few minutes to do it. As I say, just continue breathing as you do so. What label can you give this thought around money? And when you've got that label, I just want you to return your attention back to your breath. Or, if you prefer, you can use the objects that we held earlier. So label the thought, return attention to your breath or to the object. And what we're doing is we're practicing noticing the thoughts without following it. So we have lots of thoughts all of the time. And what we tend to do is jump on some of these thoughts and then it can trail off then. It can start with anxious thoughts and start predicting the future and all these things start happening. But a great meditative practice is to just acknowledge that the thought's there, but not flow with it. So a bit like a river and things floating on the river. You can either jump on it and go with that, or you can just watch as they float on by. And this is what we're doing in this practice. So by labelling the thought, we are not jumping on it. We're just noticing it's there and letting it go. And this is something you can do really simply throughout your day. If you notice there's certain thoughts coming up all the time, regularly, you can just do this practice. So keep breathing. And when you're ready, take one slow breath in and out. Open your eyes when you're comfortable. And just know that you can take this skill with you and it can really make a meaningful difference over time. So, how emotions affect our thinking. Let's look at the science a little bit. So in simple terms, when a topic carries emotions, the brain will naturally seek clarity and certainty. It'll scan for answers, solutions and reassurance, and it'll look at what we've already got. So that's why certain thoughts, including thoughts about money, can feel repetitive and loud, because it's looking for things in our mind that's similar to it. Meditation supports the brain because it supports your ability to notice when it's doing that scanning. So we can gently bring it back to the present moment. So instead of latching on thoughts like, oh, well, this happened and that happened and that happened, we can label the thought, bring it to the present moment, just like what we've just done. Now, it doesn't remove real world responsibilities, but what it does do is reduce the mental overload, which supports clearer thinking and calmer decision making. So why does meditation help with money? Well, meditation helps in 3 ways when it comes to money. First, it helps you to build awareness, so you notice when your mind is looping instead of feeling pulled along by it. Second, it creates a pause, which gives your nervous system time to settle before it takes action. And third, it strengthens choice. So it makes it easier to respond in small, practical ways rather than react automatically, which can sometimes lead to anxiety and going down a path when, if we actually stopped and thought for a while, we might not have made that choice. So let's build on that now. So we're just going to do another really small exercise. We're going to rehearse a supportive step. So again, I want you to bring to mind one small money-related action that would feel supportive this week. So something realistic, something brief. So for example, it could be maybe you are going to just check your bank account for 5 minutes. Maybe there's a question that you're going to find the answer to. Or maybe you are simply going to pause before you make a decision. So think of something small that you can do related to money this week. Anything at all. I'll just give you a few minutes to just come up with something. It might be business related, it might be work related, it might be anything. It could do with personal finances. Maybe you've been thinking of setting a savings account up. Whatever it is, just think of one small step that you can do this week. When you've got it, I want you to close your eyes, take a nice deep breath, and I want you to gently imagine yourself doing that action. So our brain learns through visuals. It's very visual. And quite often what it sees, even in our imaginations, it can take as real. That's why if you watch a scary movie or something, your body starts reacting like it's happening there and then. You know, same with if you do something nice, it can have that same kind of reaction, just picturing it. It's why we get lost in books and movies and films, because our brains learn visually. So we're reacting as if it's happening to us. So we can use that to our advantage. A lot of athletes use this when they visualise their game or whatever it is that they're doing beforehand, because that mental practice is telling their brain, oh yeah, we can do this, we've got this. So we can use this in lots of different ways, and we can use this in terms of money. So just gently imagine yourself doing that one small step. And the more that you do this, you could do this for a few minutes every morning. And it's not going to take much out of your day. Maybe when you're waiting for the kettle to boil, just imagine yourself, visualise doing that little step. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just picture yourself doing it. If you can, use all your senses. What's going on at the time. Can you smell? Can you touch something? Can you taste something? Can you see something? What can you hear? Bring as much of it in as you can do, because it just helps convince our brain that we're there. And as you've got that, if you're picturing yourself doing it, I just want you to say to yourself, I took one supported step this week. Just repeat that a few times. Saying that along with the visualisation is just more convincing to our brains that we've got this, we can do this. And it's a really simple exercise you can build into your day, and it can work for lots of different topics. Obviously, we're just talking about money in abundance at this moment, but you can use it for anything at all. Once you've got that, once you've done it, just take a nice little slow breath in and out. And that's how trust begins. Trust of our mind, trust in ourselves. So I hope you enjoyed those couple of exercises. I'd now like to do a bit of a longer meditation, a guided meditation. So these are basically, I can sort of help take your brain on a little bit of a journey into calmness and steadiness around money. So there's no urgency, there's no pressure, it's just grounding enough for this moment. If you can't visualise, just use your senses. Just imagine what you can hear, what you can smell, what you can taste, what you can feel. So yeah, if you'd like to join me, that'd be amazing. This will take a little bit longer, and what I'll do is you will hear this sound when I have finished. So I'll do that at the end, okay? So we all know where we are. So find yourself a comfortable position, seated, laying down, whatever you prefer. Just take a moment to steady yourself, to get comfortable. If you want both feet on the floor, that would be fantastic. But either way, just allow your body to feel supported in this moment. If you want, you can keep hold of the object that we had earlier. Or you can place it down, you don't need to use it, it's entirely up to you. To take a nice slow breath in, and then naturally just let it out. Gently closing those eyes and making yourself as comfortable as you can. Just scan your body from head to toe. And if there's any areas that maybe feel a bit tense, maybe you're holding a little bit of stress, just relax them now. Loosen those muscles. Get yourself comfy. Take your time. Focusing on each muscle and allowing it to relax. As you continue breathing in and out. Now I'd like you to just imagine that you're outdoors in a wide field. Listen to the birds. See the clouds in the sky. Maybe there's a wonderful gentle breeze on your face. You can feel the sun just gently warming it. Maybe you can hear the trees or the grass as the wind blows through. and you come up on a quiet path. Just imagine your feet walking on that path now. An open horizon in front of you. So much space. Now I want you to just bring your attention to those feet walking on that path. Just notice how they meet the ground. How the ground feels stable and reliable as it holds you without effort. Maybe you can hear the crunch of that gravel. Now I want you to notice your posture. Upright, yet comfortable. Balanced, without tension. Just focus on your body, allowing it to feel a natural steadiness as you walk along this path. You'll find in this place, nothing is being asked of you. You're not here to solve anything. You're simply practicing a different internal state. Now I want you to just let the word enough land gently. Not as a rule, not as a goal, simply as a feeling of everything being fine, being safe in this moment. Now imagine that nearby, maybe in a tree, maybe in the grass, wherever you see it, there's a simple symbol. Perhaps it's a bench or a stone, could be a marker on the ground. But this symbol that you're seeing represents support. Just look around for that symbol of support. What support means to you right now. And when you've got it, just walk towards it at a pace that feels comfortable. Each step feels deliberate. Each step feels grounded. And when you arrive, just pause. The support doesn't question you. It doesn't require you to be any different. It's simply present. And if it feels right, just imagine resting a hand on it and quietly say to yourself, I am supported in small, practical ways. Say this one more time. I am supported in small, practical ways. Now I want you to bring to mind your relationship with money. Not as a problem, but as an aspect of life. We're not looking for the right belief. We're simply noticing what it feels like to hold money in our awareness. And if thoughts arise, just let them pass. There's no need to follow them. Just return your focus to your feet. Return your focus to steadiness and support. Now in one hand, I want you to imagine holding a small container. And in this container, it holds all old assumptions about money. Ideas picked up from experience, from culture, from family, from TV. You don't need to look inside. Just notice all that you've been carrying. And when you're ready, I want you to gently place that container down beside the support. We're not rejecting it. We're simply choosing not to carry it at this moment. And then I want you to notice what it feels like to have empty hands. What it feels like to put those thoughts down. Really feel that sense of clarity. Clear. And with clarity comes steadiness. And with steadiness comes choice. And I want you to ask yourself gently, what would support look like this week? Just let one small answer arise. Then I want you to imagine yourself taking that step calmly. Just see yourself finishing that step and noticing that this was one supportive action that you've taken. And I want you to quietly repeat this. I can build trust with myself around money. One more time. I can build trust with myself around money. I want you to just spend a few moments in this open place, balanced, supported, enough. And only when you're ready, gently bring your awareness back to the room. Notice the surface holding you. Wiggle those fingers, those toes, stretch and open your eyes. Just give you a few minutes to just come back to yourself now. And if you take anything away today, just let it be this. Supportive change around money doesn't come from pressure. It comes from steadiness and small, realistic steps. You don't need to do everything. You just need one next step. And you need to do it kindly to yourself. So thank you for joining me. It's been lovely having you all. Next month, I think we're going to be looking at weight control because that's going to be the theme for June. And then in Women in Business, we're going to be looking at confidence. So that'll be done separately. So just a few updates for you all. I now have my Women in Business website set up since last time we spoke, which has got all the packages aimed at women in business. I've also just started a Facebook group where I'll be sharing my products, my services, hints and tips, and we're also going to be doing a over the month we're going to be doing a confidence building challenge as well. So every Monday you'll get something to do, and then you've got the week to do it, and I'll be checking in with you at points throughout that in the group. So yeah, so I've got lots of exciting things coming up. I'm also happy to announce that I am doing a live meditation in a couple of carnivals. One of them has already been announced, but the second one has not been announced yet. So the first one I'm going to be doing is Delaware Carnival, and that will be on the Monday, and it will be at around 10:30. And then the other carnival should be announced soon, so I can let you know about that. So they're going to be similar feel to these, just half an hour's, few different types of meditative exercises, but it's going to be face to face. So if any of you are local and fancy joining me, then I would love to see you there. Well, that's it from me now, so I hope you enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will catch you all soon. Bye.